Hi, I'm Alex Sherray with Bailey Nurseries, and we're here today to talk about container shrub production. I'm here today with Mike Bender, and Mike, you've got some great tips on how to really be successful with Bareroot in containers. Can you give us some tips?
Sure, Alex. Really, potting up Bareroot is very easy. One of the first things that we like to recommend people do is to prune it back. And a general rule is to prune it back only about a quarter of what the size of the plant is. So really you would cut these, this is a lilac, a common purple lilac, and just cut it back like that.
So you're not worried about flowering or anything like that, you're only worrying about getting the plant to really work well in the container.
That's correct, because I cut this back, that's going to force more of these branching, these buds down here to shoot and grow up and have a nice thick plant that will sell quicker that way. The other thing that you should probably do is if you need to, do a little bit of root pruning. And a lot of times what we look for is bigger roots that we can cut off that will stop the plant from going into the pot. Leave as many of these fine or hair roots as possible. Yeah,
those fine roots that are really going to feed that plant for the first year, right?
That's correct.
Great. Let's take another example. Here's the dwarf Korean lilac. What would we do here?
Okay. First of all, when I look at this, I see it is pretty big. I think we could get rid of this whole branch right there. The other thing I look at with this is the space in between these buds. We call that the inner node. If I were to cut this plant right here underneath this bud, this part right here will die down to this part. So in a lot of these cases, it's good when you're cutting them back, that quarter that we talked about is to cut right above those buds. Otherwise, you're just going to get a lot of little dead twigs on the top. So, and on this one here, I probably wouldn't do any root pruning at all.
Moving on from lilacs, I have an example of this is a vanilla strawberry hydrangea. What would you do there?
Somewhat the same that I did with the lilac is that I would take it back about a quarter. I would also, and sometimes you'll get a lot of old flower heads from when they're growing, but just cut it back like this. On this one, I do see one on the inside I would cut out just to make sure it goes.
And the reason to take that off the inside is because? Because
it'll start growing this way and crossing, and in a few years it'll cause problems.
Got it.
Other than that, this is good to go. No root pruning necessary.
And really what you're trying to do, just like the lilac, is you're trying to get that internal growth to come and wake up.
That's right.
That bud break to happen internally.
Yes. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you'll get leaves on the top and nothing in the middle.
Yeah, and that's not a sellable plant down the road for
Correct.
Sure. Now roses are a little bit different, Mike. What do we do here?
Roses are a lot different. Usually what we do with a rose is we say we prune it back to 8 inches. If you got a pruner, there's 8 inches. So you just basically cut them back to the 8 inches. Now I see this one out here, and I will probably cut that back a lot further just to get some proper dimensions on it.
Wow, that changed that entirely, didn't it?
I don't think I have to do anything to these roots because this will probably go into a 2-gallon pot, and these will fit quite nicely.
Excellent. Yeah, and again, you're not worried about flowering, you're just worried about a nice healthy plant to start out with.
Right.
Well, Mike, you've given some great pointers here, and we can't thank you enough. We hope this helps your container production and all of your practices as you move forward with us. If you have any questions, please contact your Bailey sales representative for more information, and thank you very much for watching today.